was no shortage of drama on Friday Night Footy on Fox. The Eels, they defeated the Roosters 31-18, but this game will be remembered for the officials' failure to get some crucial calls right. If you didn't hear Trent Robinson's post-match press conference, here he is.
Ridiculous. Like, it's incompetent to not see that. Guy goes to hospital and then, how long would that be? 20 minutes later, you put him on report? It's ridiculous. They should have put it on report, on field, really simply. That was really, I mean, honestly, how many looks did they need to do that? And then to tell me as the players are running back on the field, did they not know? And did they not know 5 minutes before that, 10 minutes before that? So we could make some movement around that? They don't need me. You know, this will obviously... they don't need me to ask the question. They need to be asking the questions of themselves, what happened. It's just poor.
Yes, two incidents that Trent Robinson unhappy with. This here, Dylan Brown's contact to Drew Hutchison's back, which we now know has seen Drew Hutchison have to be shipped off to hospital with a lung injury.
He's got a punctured lung. He's got broken ribs. It was an epic bungle. As big a stuff up as I can recall from the bunker in recent history. Michael, I question, were they smoking my funny cigarettes while this game was going on? They've been drinking the Kool-Aid. What is happening?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, I commentated this game, and for a minute I started to second-guess myself, like I had gone off early. But the more I watched every replay and the angles that we just continued to get through, on Fox Leaky, I was sitting there going, surely they're seeing this. They had ample time. The guy, Hutchison, was in awful discomfort, screaming on the ground, rolling around, could hardly move.
Needed oxygen in the dressing rooms immediately.
And then all of a sudden we go back and check the contact on Tedesco, which in itself could have possibly led to a sin bin as well, given what we've seen with contact to the head. That got put on report, and then still nothing said about the Dylan Brown knees. And they were, I mean... Not for 1 minute am I saying Dylan Brown deliberately came in with knees. I don't think players often just go... I don't think any player goes, I'm just going to come in here with my knees. But he was reckless with it. It was reckless and it deserved to go to the sin bin. And the problem for Trent Robinson and the Roosters is it was 18-10 at that stage. For them to be able to inject Joseph Suwali, who was their 18th man, would have been a huge boost, given what we've seen from the youth that's come into that side with Sam Walker and what he's been able to do. Two young superstars threatening a 12-man line would have been incredible. But the bottom line is the Roosters get no benefit. The Dylan Brown's out for the next 3 weeks. There's no benefit for them. Yeah. And he's right. Robinson's right. They've got to take the action on the field. Then and there, they had ample time. And, coming out the next day and saying...
Lip service.
That,
lip service.
They've got to make the actions done on the field, and we've got enough people on the technology and in the bunker to revert that to the referee, because there was so much going on. I can understand Matt Checken missing it, but I cannot fathom and understand that the bunker didn't get that right with the amount of looks they had at it.
I would argue Checken didn't miss it based on the fact that he said to them, and can we look at the knees with Dylan Brown?
Yeah, well, there you go.
When he scores the try. Yep. So he did his job. It's not his fault. It's the bunker's issue. It's a stuff-up of epic proportions. The lip service from the NRL, it's just hollow dribble. It doesn't mean any, we got it wrong, we'll review the process, we're going to go further into this and further into that. It's waffle. It doesn't mean anything.
I think you could forgive them maybe missing the shoulder charge on Tedesco, because it happened in back play and it happened so fast, and then there was so many incidences after that. But to miss that, everybody at home saw it. It was just, it's shocking. And Coach Robinson was fuming, and rightly so. Some of the words he used to describe it, obviously he's got to be very careful in that post-game press conference, but he was fuming, and rightly so.
Do you know where that frustration comes from? It was only a few weeks ago on Anzac Day where James Tedesco got knocked out by the Dragons, Jordan Pereira. And he went in the press conference, he was very composed, and he came with his ideas around how the game needs to make those decisions in the moment, and he kind of let it go. But only a few weeks later, it happens to his team again. So, of course, naturally...
The other issue for him is they don't understand how significant it is trying to get your interchange right. And the fact that they didn't tell him until his side was running out onto the field was embarrassing. Yeah. Like, they had ample time. We highlighted it then and there, and it took an age for them to get Hutchison off the field. So not only did they have the time that the game clock was stopped and him leaving the field, they also had the period that they were in the change rooms for half-time. It was 20 minutes before they put him back on report and then flagged for him to have to make an interchange. It was ridiculous.
Dylan Brown should have been in the sin bin. There's an argument Niokore could have been in the sin bin as well. Suwali should have been allowed to enter the field of play. And at 18-10, that game has an entirely different context on it. The Roosters are still in the fight. The Roosters, it's one of the most red-hot robberies we've seen in recent years.